Our Bridging the Gaps project is titled Community Building and Youth Development Through Farming and Foodways. The student interns are Andrea Jin from the Perlman School of Medicine and Gianna Labella from the School of Nursing. Our academic preceptors were Drs. Anne O'Sullivan and Christopher Rangillian, and our community preceptor was Mr. Ty Holmberg, the co-director of the Sankofa Community Farm at Bartram's Garden. For a bit of background on the community site, the Sankofa Community Farm at Bartram's Garden is located in and serves the population of Southwest Philadelphia. It has a three-part mission of creating food sovereignty, promoting community health, and supporting youth development. The farm employs high school interns to work on various projects. These include producing and distributing over 15,000 pounds of produce every year, supporting local residents by providing space to grow their own produce, holding farm stands to sell produce to locals at affordable rates, distributing 80,000 vegetable transplants to farms and gardens throughout Philadelphia, and hosting over 1,500 volunteers every year. The farm also tries to address social issues including inaccessibility to grocery stores and fresh produce, and combating the typical whiteness in the sphere of health and wellness. For the project, we helped transition the farm's summer high school intern program to a mostly virtual platform. 23 students participated in a 6-week paid program that encompassed weekly gardening, cooking, health and wellness, community, and culture and foodways lessons and activities. We communicated with individual students on a regular basis by phone and through one-on-one Zoom meetings. We also ran a Google Classroom for posting weekly assignments. We planned and taught weekly health and wellness lessons on Friday afternoons, and also assisted a staff member with weekly Zoom cooking demonstrations, and provided overall administrative assistance as needed. For details on the project, we held 4 weekly wellness lessons on topics of the spheres of wellness, diet and cardiovascular health, mental health, exercise, and sleep. We used a pre-survey to assess topics of interest to students. And we were able to get high levels of student participation and engagement by asking open-ended discussion questions during these lessons and incorporating a variety of mixed activities along with the presentation slides. Every week we also followed up on students' individual wellness goals during our Zoom check-in calls. And overall, we received positive feedback from the students about the content of the lessons. To keep track of students' information, we used spreadsheets which detailed their specific needs and their progress on assignments. On the left here, you can see an example of our weekly assignment tracker with the names column, of course, omitted. And on the right-hand side, our Google Classroom was a space for students to view and submit assignments all in one place, as well as receive weekly notifications, updates, resources, and links to the Zoom lessons. In reflection, we felt that our entire Bridging the Gaps experience was very engaging, educational, and even transformational. The most rewarding part was getting to know our individual students and develop relationships with them over time. They shared small parts of their lives and homes with us over our Zoom calls, and we could really see their individuality showing in the assignments that they worked on. We also loved the farm's mission and found that its work to increase local food security and food sovereignty and promote health and wellness were well aligned with our personal interests and career goals. The Wednesday program-wide Bridging the Gap sessions were also a valuable learning experience. All the guest speakers presented passionately on their work and on the role that we as health professional students can and will have as advocates in dismantling systemic racism and bias, providing trauma-sensitive care, addressing gun violence, and encouraging preventive health, among other societal needs. We really appreciated the discussions and support that took place in our breakout rooms and our experienced preceptors. For the storytelling project, we interviewed one of the 4th-year students on the farm who was working independently on community-based projects. She shared with us many stories about her lived experiences and gave us a lot of insight on what it was like for her to grow up in West Philadelphia and the impact that the Sankofa Community Farm had on her personal growth. It was a privilege to hear about how the farm's co-directors were important mentors to her and helped her improve in areas like public speaking. This student also taught us about the resources and assets of her community. And we were deeply impressed by her self-assurance and recognition of those strengths and weaknesses, and we're sure she will excel in college this year and beyond. Overall, it was a great summer experience, and thank you for listening.